again. So I am back and I'm going to finish off this hippo. I started him this morning, but I've decided I want to keep going. I hung out with the kids for a while and now I'm back. So I'm going to attach his legs now. Whoops, I've got to turn on my other camera because I'm filming it for YouTube as well. So I'll film on both channels. Oops. I set up my chat back on here as well. It's on multi, we're good. Alright. So I just attach his little legs that I'd made before the stream started, or on the previous stream. So if you want to see this starting, you can go back and watch it on YouTube or here on Twitch or wherever you wish. Okay, so that's another little leg on. Oops, now I've got to put this side. That's the leg I made. Again, so he's sitting down. It's easier to make him sitting down. Oops, it is. So I'll tidy up his little feet. Pippi, that's my little dog making all the noise. So blend that in. Like that. Make sure they stick well. There we go. I can straighten his little legs up. Oh gosh, what have I done there? Or is he going to stand, is he? Is he going to be a standing hippo? I think maybe he's going to be a standing hippo then. Okay. So we'll put his legs back the other way. We'll do that. Move his legs. Move that leg. Can make him a standing hippo. Pippi, shushies. As my dog's a chatterbox, I apologise, peeps. She's a little chatterbox. Hey, Puppy. Alright. Now, hippos do have a tail. They have a little bitty tail. I've just got to quickly finish blending the fronts of these legs in and joining them properly. Like that. There we go. He's sort of cute. Okay. We're getting there. We're getting there. I've got to really smooth out his little face though. Really smooth out his little face. I might add a bit to his neck actually. Might do that. Make his neck a bit thicker. And I oven baked my little otters before, so they're all dry, and I'll show you them. My little otter and its baby. So it's nice and all oven baked. I've just got to paint him now, so I'll do that later. So I'm just going to make a bit of a thicker neck on this little hippo because I'm not 100% happy with how that was looking. So I just made a sausage out of clay and I'll blend that in. Flatten it out a little bit like that and blend it like that. I can blend it back into the legs as well. And then you won't even notice that was there. So just flatten it right out like that. Blend her out. Continue on and around. That could be cute to have him on his back, but I won't. I want him on his tum. So that's joined his neck up nicely. Makes me smile. I'm really loving sculpting. Alright. Alright. I've only been at this for like 3 or 4 weeks. I only started a few weeks ago with the sculpting. I hadn't done it ever before. So, it just shows you, give anything a go, you can have a ton of fun. And this is just polymer clay. You can get it at any craft store. I'm using oven bake because I like it best. I don't like air dried just because I'm impatient. Okay, continue round. Alright. There he is. Little Mr. Hippo. Now, I'm actually going to make a sausage for around his nose. Oops, where did that go? Got it. Got it. Alright. Just make it thinner. I just need to join this a bit better around his nose. There we go. I just want to tidy this up a bit because I'm not happy with his nose, how it's looking. So I do this and then blend it out to make it not quite so like much of a ditch where his nose is. Excuse my little dog making all the noises. Bee bee bee. A bee bee. What you doing, bee? She's that way. Okay, blend all this in. They've got doggy cubies in the kitchen, so they can go and help themselves to that. I've got all 3 of them in here now. Alright, that's looking a bit better. I've just got to smooth it all the way around. Like that. Sort of working my way around, using this half moon sort of spoony bit on my brass tool. Blend it round. I don't even know what time it is. It's 12:30 in the afternoon here on Monday afternoon. There we go. Just got to sort of round up his nose a bit more, flatten the tip of the face of it, like that. Because they've got quite a flat nose. I can actually use a table to flatten that off, like that. Bibby, making all the noises. Okay. So now I'm just going to mould it with my hands a little bit. I'm going to have to get rid of this little puppy. I'm going to have to put her in the other room. Come on, Bee. You come to the other room. Come on. Quick. Out you come. Out you come. Come on. Out you pop. Come on, Bibby. Come on, Bib. Come on. Come on. There we go. You're going to have to stay down there, puppies. Alright. Puppies have been put down the lounge room. And I'm back. Okay, so now just continue moulding my little hippo. Now I'm going to make him, whoops, today's a little bit more upright. There we go. Put his little tail. Actually, I'll do his eyes and his nose and that first. So now for his nose, oh, and his ears. So I'll make a little nose by making little sausages, and his nostrils are on top. So I'll just roll out a sausage that I'll use for his nostril, like that. Turn it in a circle. Make one little circle for his nostril, one nostril. There we go. Whoops. There's one little nostril. And I'll sit that on top Smooth it together a bit more. Pick it up. Pop it. Whoops, today's missed it and dropped it. Pop it up there. One little nostril. And then the other little nostril. It is so hot. Okay. Just going to make it a little circle and join it like that. There we go. Joined. And pick it up gently. Okay. That's too big. I've got to make it a bit smaller. I'm going to trim a bit of that off. Trim a little bit. Maybe that bit. Whoops. There we go. Trim that little bit off. And then mould it back a bit smaller like that. There we go. Then press it together. Be careful. Might have to add a teeny tiny bit there. It's a little bit weak just there. Whoops, today's. Oops. Goodness. Okay. Just trying to get that shape a bit better. There we go. Then pop that on. And there's his other little nostril. It's a bit big still, isn't it? I can make it smaller. I can sort of squish it a bit. Actually, I'll trim a little bit more off. Just trim the teeniest little tiniest bit off. Again, like that. And blend it and stick it. Oh my goodness, roll it again. Roll it again into a sausage, little sausage. Then turn it into a ball. I'll make it a bit longer than that maybe. There we go. Now roll it into a little ball. I need the other tool to blend that round. Doesn't want to go round. There we go. There we go. Now I've got that's better. There's his little nostril. Then I'll pick that up carefully. Put that on there. And he's got his two little nostrils. Nice. And I'll just flatten those on. And that'll stick them just nicely. This one needs to be a little bit more sausage on the bottom, I think. A little bit more, maybe a little bit squishy that way. Oof, didn't mean to do that, but anyway. Oops. There we go. Stick it on a bit better. Whoops. And then I can actually flatten those down a bit and use the ball tool to make the nostril a bit better. Where's my ball tool? There. That's better. There we go. Now he's got his nostrils are a bit better. Okay. And now he's for his little eyes. I'm going to do more sausages, I think. Thin sausages, about the same length. And then trim them. I'll leave it a bit larger to start with. It'll make it easier for me, I think. So then I stick that together like that. Oops. Turn that back a bit more, squish it. together. Doesn't want to. That's not going to work, is it? You know what? I'm just going to draw the eyes on. Let's not. Let's not. Let's just draw the eyes on. I'm just going to grab my brass tool and tidy up some of these little joins. How am I going to do his little mouth? Am I going to give him a... I've got to give him a smile. So, have a sip of my coffee. Get my knife. Where's my sharp knife? What did I do with it? Here it is. Get my knife. And we are going to cut his mouth in. A big smile. Like that. And then we can open his mouth a little bit just to make it defined like that. There we go. He's got a little mouth. A little smiley mouth. I'll bring it up at the corner like that. Didn't bring that one up as much. I might have to smooth that one down a fraction. I've taken it up a little bit high like that. So I'll smooth that bit down. There we go. Little hippo mouth. Smooth this again. Just got to try and get it so it doesn't look as dimply as it did. It was looking a bit dimply. Alright. I've got to get the tool under here because I can't get my fingers in under there. And they've got toes. They've got like 3 toes. So I'll give him his toes. So I'll do that by putting the tool in. Oops, getting my knife tool. And just going 1 toe, 2 toes, 1 toe, 2 toes. There we go. And then flatten them. Like that. And then 1 toe, 2 toes, 1 toe, 2 toes. And then flatten them like that. There we go. And that gives him 3 little toes. They do have teeth, but I don't know how I'm going to go about putting his teeth in. I have no idea how I'm going to put his teeth in, but we'll figure it out. I could open his mouth a bit more. Do that. Carefully. Open his little mouth. Now their teeth are on the bottom, aren't they? Usually their teeth are on the bottom. So I'll make him a couple of little teeth. I'll just roll a teeny tiny little sausage. Whoops, it is. Roll a teeny tiny little sausage. And I'll cut 2 little teeth. Because he's got little tusks. Like that. I can actually stick them on the outside, can't I? Oh, not really. I won't. Just do that. And then I'll cut that into 2. That gives me 2 little tusks that I can pop into here. Where's my tool? Where am I? Oh my god, I keep putting things down and losing them like in 3 seconds. There we go. So now I'm just going to pick up this little tooth. Like that. And try and squish it in. Ooh, doesn't want to. Come on, tooth. Ooh, now it's stuck in his mouth. Hang on, pick it up again. And try, and this time I'll stick... Oh god, it wants to stick to the top. My goodness. On the bottom, there we go. Got it that time. Just gently poke it in, like that. Bring it needs to be closer to the front, like that. There we go. That's better. Whoops. I don't know, does he need teeth? Yeah, he does. Okay, deciding. Still deciding. Oh, no, that tooth's a bit long. Trim that a bit. Take a bit more off the bottom. Like that. And then pick that up and pop it in. Like that. My goodness, doesn't want to stick. Whoops. Oh, no. I'm shutting his mouth as I'm trying to stick his tooth on. There we go. That's better. Okay. Now I've got to try and carefully blend those so they stick. Get the other end of this tool. They need to be a bit more forward. I'm sure that'll do. There we go. He's got his little tusks. Well, the tusks are at the side a little bit, aren't they? They need to come out the side a little bit. Whoops, today's a bit like a boar almost. There we go. Maybe? Oh, I don't know. I need to look at hippo tusks. I'm just going to Google hippo tusk. Hippo tusk? Oh yeah, they're at the bottom. I've got them in the right spot. I just need to push them forward a fraction, like that. There we go. Forward a fraction, like that. Then I smooth out his little mouth. Whoops a days. Whoops a days. I keep knocking his tooth. Hang on, come down the front. I've got to attach it a bit better. Oh my god, now I knocked it out completely. Goodness gracious, I'm clumsy. Hang on, try again. Try again, shall we? Goodness. There we go. Stick it in the middle first. And then bend it straight. Like that. There we go. That worked. Maybe. Whoop. He's got to keep the shape of his mouth. Got to be careful to keep the shape of his little mouth. There we go. That's a bit better. There we go. We've got our hippo with his tusks. I don't like that one. Not happy with that one. I've got to change it again. Cut a new one maybe. A bit thicker. That one. And then pick that up. Get that out the way. Get out the way. There we go. Got it. Nope. Needs to be a bit rounded on the end. Like that. Oops. Goodness gracious. Teeth are hard. Who'd have thunk teeth would be so painful to do. There we go. Get in there, tooth. Get in there, tooth. Gotcha. And then blend that one. Oh, no! I had it almost right too. Gee whiz. Okay. Try again. And then blend it a little bit. Smooth it and then straighten it. That should stick now. Should stick. Should be right. Okay. Just having a quick look at his little nose, his little mouth. Yep, okay, that'll do. Then I'm going to put all his little dots in for his little freckles, because he's got lots of whiskery dots on his nostrils. There we go. Right. He's sort of cute. Sorta. I don't like his mouth, but I want him to have a little open mouth. I'll just push it a little bit more closed. I've got to smooth it off a bit. It's not quite symmetrical as it was. So I've got to make it a bit more symmetric. Or otherwise it'll drive me crazy. Whoopsie-days. Squish his teeth down a bit. A bit stockier. Like that. I want his mouth to be a bit more of a smile than... There we go. This is fiddly. There we go. I'm not 100% happy with his mouth. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to shut it. I'm going to take his teeth out and I'm shutting his mouth. Like that. There we go. His teeth are out, his mouth's shut. Like that. But he's still got his little smile. There we go. Just shut it a little bit. Smooth it off. So you can change your mind. You can always change your mind. Just going to seal it a little bit and redo it. Like that. Seal this side. Just by rubbing over the edge of it like that. Yep, there we go. And squish it again. Like that. Alright, now I'll draw his mouth back on. With the knife. Give him a smile. But I'm not going to open his mouth this time. I'm just going to have it as a smile. There we go. Okay, now I'll do his little eyes. I might do those dots again because I've flattened his dots. Okay, there we go. Smooth this top part of his nose and pop his little eyeballs in. Use my fingers to smooth that, like that. Then do his eyes. So I use the little ball for like that. Other little ball. There we go. Actually, I might use a bigger ball. Where's my bigger ball tool? There it is. Use that and make a bigger eye like that. Make them big eyes like that. And then use the little one to do the little pupils in the middle. Like that. There we go. Little hippo eyes. Whoops, it is. Hello, Tony. Oh no, you're back? No. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I thought I could see a chat thing, but there's a chat. It isn't a chat thing, so it's fine. Okay, and make his little ears. I was looking at my old chat from before. It hadn't refreshed. Alright, now, just got to make his ears. They've got little ears. That are like little sort of tubies. Little round ears. Well, actually, what I'm going to do is I'll use the ball tool. Make them the size of the ball tool, like that, and I'll cut. Like that. And that's one ear. Oh, except I went right through. That was silly. Okay, maybe not. Maybe I won't press as heavy. Make his little ball tool. Make his little ear. Do that. There we go. That's better. And then this one, the same. Put it next to it. It's about the same size. That's what I want. And then press. And there's his ears. So then I've just got to pick them up carefully and stick them on his head. Probably made them a bit big, but that's fine. Actually, we'll make them smaller. I'll make them half that size. So I'll trim it like that. Trim it like that. And then stick them on. Oops. Doesn't want to pick up. Actually, I'll get my tool, my ball tool again. Got a bit stuck to me everywhere. And then I'm just going to do that. Let's flatten that one. Flatten that one. And then curl it into an ear. There we go. That's better. Then stick that one on there. One little ear. How cute's that? And then the other little ear. So make them into a half moon. Stick them on there, like that. Ah! Come on, ear, stick. Like that. And then I'll meld them at the back. So I'll use my pointy tool to start with, just to pull down some edges to be able to grip onto the clay behind. Smooth out. Rose, thank you for the raid. Thank you for the raid. I'll do a shout out to my mate Roz. Hello, how are you? Hang on, I'm just going to do a shout out on here. Shout out. Shout out. Roz. So how are you? Oh, why did it's not typing. Hang on, Roz. There we go. Ta-da. Yay, it worked. Life's good. How about you? Really good. I'm very happy. Life is excellent. Thank you so much for the raid. I'm just making my little animals. I'm making a little hippo right now. So yes. And guess what, Roz? I'm going to be a grandma. I'm so excited. My eldest daughter's going to have a bubba. So I'm going to be a nana. And I'm so excited. And now I can tell the world. Hello, Phoenix. How are you? Oh, hello, person. How are you? Yes, I am so excited. Thank you, Mid. Thank you, Middy. So, yes, so very, 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 very excited. I'm going to babysit lots and I'm going to do all the things that grandmas do. So, yes, so I'm making lots of little statues now, just for fun. So I got into sculpting. I usually just draw. Anyone who doesn't know me, I'm a drawer and a painter usually, watercolours. But I've started doing little tiny sculptures. And I am absolutely loving it. I've found my new happy place. Making little sculptures. So what were you working on, Roz? Enough about me. What were you working on, doll? How are you going with this weather? My goodness. It's been so bizarre and humid. And it's hot here today. Went outside for a little bit, but yeah, too hot. Thought, nah, come back. Do a bit more sculpting because I show you my little otter. I made an otter and its baby this morning. So this was the one I did this morning. Little otter holding its little bubba on its back. So, and I've got to paint him. He's for my son-in-law actually. So I made him with holding his little baby. So I just got to paint him. But yes. Today I was being very silly and not very productive. I bought my electronic piano keyboard. Oh, wow, over to the streaming area and was playing music. Oh, fun fact, I was doing a lot of MIDI music. No, not related to MIDI Mew, but a nice coincidence. Oh, that's awesome. That is so cool. I do love a music stream. I have to say, I love a music stream, and I especially adore piano. Especially adore piano. There's nothing quite as beautiful. Well, actually, maybe violin, but that's the violin and piano are the most beautiful things. But we got to see and harp. I do love a harp, which is basically a piano without a frame. We got to see the local house cat sitting there, with me for a while. He enjoys the organ, and I think it plays. Oh, that's gorgeous. That is so gorgeous. It did grab my attention every time it was mentioned. Yeah. Now, hippos have a tail. I have got to do his tail. They've got a little tail with a little bushy bit on the end. So, yeah, pop pop that around there like that. I tried to put teeth on him, but then I didn't like the teeth, so I took his teeth out and just made him have a little closed mouth again. Actually, I've got to smooth that bit. It looks a bit rough there. So smooth that bit off. We went into the Vic Market yesterday and got a ton of seafood, so that was lovely. I hadn't been to the Vic Market for a while, and I do love my seafood. And it was a much cooler day, so it was nice to get out and about. I do love the Vic Market and got a bit of Christmas shopping done as well. MIDI music versus MIDI Mew, yeah. Alright, come back over here. Alright. Happy with that? Now, I've got to do his tail. So pop him sideways so you can see him a bit better, like that. So his tail has got a little bally bit on the end, so I'm just going to make it, I've got a bit of clay there already that I'm going to make. I'll blend it together, but I want the top of the tail to be thin and the bottom of the tail to be thick, like that. I've got clay everywhere, need to move that out the way, like that. There we go. And I'm going to draw the pattern on of the fur, because they've got a furry bit on the tip of their tail. So I'll just really draw that on with the tip of my brush, not a brush, I'm so used to talking paint talk, the tip of my knifey thing. Technical term is knifey thing. And then pop that around here. Actually, I was watching a documentary the other week on organs, and you know the big pipe organs and how they work. Oh my word, they are so fascinating. There's such an art to those pipe organs. It was fascinating to watch. Okay, so now I'll pop his little tail on like that and blend it in. Very occasionally being able to play one. Oh, really? Oh my God. They are just magnificent. And a whole world of art to be able to function one. Yeah, wow. Yeah, I watched a documentary. I can't even remember what documentary it was. But yeah, oh, actually, it was on, what's the composer's name? Hang on. Oh my goodness. Hang on. I've got to Google. I've got such a terrible memory for movies and names. Okay, movie, soundtrack. You'll know it when I say it. And he used a pipe organ. It wasn't classical at all. I love classical, but, here we go. It was, Hans Zimmer. Oh my God. The Hans Zimmer, the theme for Interstellar. There's a documentary on how they made the theme and the musician that played the organ and how they got to use the organ. I love Hans Zimmer. Oh my God. Such a genius, such a clever man. But yeah, it was really fascinating. And wow, organs. They're a whole world. A whole world of their own. Alright, so there's my little hippo. He's ready for the oven, I think. I think he's ready for the oven. I'm going to sell these little guys. I'm going to take them to market and sell them. That's the plan. Don't know how I'd go about having an Etsy store with them, because I don't think they'd cope with long distance. I'd have to really be careful packaging them. So I might just sell them at market. We've got a few markets around, country market season now. His little hippo went to market, yay! Yes, he will be a baked hippo. So there we go, we've got our little hippo, he's done. And our little otter, who's utterly adorable. And what am I going to make now? My goodness, I might do another, what am I going to do? I have no idea what I'm going to do now. What do I want to make? Let's have a brainstorm. I made a platypus the other day. What could I make? I'm just Googling animals just generally. Let's just Google. Google animals and see what comes up. See what inspires me. I was going to do all Australian animals, but I'm just having fun doing everything. What do I want to make? I made a cockatoo. I made a seal. I could make a frog. Let's make a frog. Frogs look fun. Let's make a frog. Oh, I could make an elephant. I haven't made an elephant yet. Oh, we're making an elephant. That's it. I'm making an elephant. I'm off. I'll sit my little animals here so you can see them in the foreground. So I'm going to... Oh, get him out of the square. There we go. I'm going to make an elephant. Because why not? Let's do that. Just make as many animals as I can. I've literally got... I need a new cabinet. I need like a miniature cabinet because I've got all these animals sitting all... I'll have to take a photo and stick it on my Instagram. And it's all the little animals sitting in a row in front of my TV. Because I haven't sold them yet. So I've got a little collection happening. And it's hilarious. Actually, you know what I need to do? I need to have it all as one big ball. I need to do that. So I'm going to squish it all together. I'll make his trunk separate. And I want to get back to Melbourne Zoo and get a heap more photos. Because we've got a ton of animals that I could work from, get inspiration from. But it's too hot at the moment. Too hot for me. Jennies don't do hot. So... I'm just going to Google an elephant. Elephant. So I've got a reference to work with. Okay, I'm going to make a cute elephant, I think. I've got to be a bit careful though, because his trunk's going to be delicate. He's going to be a cutesy one. He's not going to be a detailed, like, serious one. He's just going to be cute. Okay. So, get his little body. Make it nice and round, like that. And his ears are going to be paper thin, so that's going to be fun. So do his little body, like that. And I'll smooth out these little creases with my little brass tool. Which is not going to work, is it? No, of course not. There we go. No, there we go. We're good. Okay. And again, roll it. Once I've smoothed out the seams, roll it again. Like that. And then I'll make him a little head. I can use that bit for his trunk. So he's pretty round. They're pretty round little dudes. So, yeah. Oh, I've got a bit over here as well. Got clay everywhere. I just had a delivery of 3 more blocks because I thought I was going to run out. So luckily I had a little delivery of 3 more blocks. So I'm right to keep going for a while. I've got to look up markets online, find where the nearest one next is, and try and get myself a booking of a table. For a bit of fun, I think. And the beauty of it is too, I could sit there and make them while I'm there, even though they'd have to be oven dried, but I could still make them. Or I could sit there and draw. That could be fun too. It's the fun of being an artist at a market, because you can sit there and make your products while you're sitting there. Multitask. Alright. So, actually I'm going to see if I can make his little trunk. No way. Okay, it's not going to work. I'm going to roll out. I'll squish him back up again. I was going to try and make a trunk out of that. It's not going to work. But what I'm going to do, I've got to narrow off his head anyway, make it a bit more oval. So his body's round, but his head's going to be oval-ish, like that. And then I'll stick his little head on, and I'll blend that in. Actually, you know what I'll do? I'll do what I did with the hippo, and I'll actually make a sausage for around his neck to help secure his head. So I'll roll that out. Excuse me everyone, but we'll look at the big screen because I get a better perspective as well. I can see both sides of my little hippo if I look up at the big screen. So if you see me looking to the side a lot, that's because I'm checking out what I'm doing from other angles as well, because it's always good to see everything from every angle. could be his trunk, but it's not. It's going to be his little neck. I'm going to make his neck a bit more secure, like that. And then blend it like that. It's a bit of an easier way of securing the balls together. Like that. Alright, come down and around. And I'm just going to blend that in, smooth it out, and that really secures those two pieces together just nicely. I think we're supposed to have a rainy day tomorrow again too. We've had hot and rainy. It's been very strange. I was looking out the window thinking how lovely and sunshine it is. I've got the air conditioner running so it's cool at least. In here it is. Quite hot outside. Alright, blend that down. There we go. Okay, so that's close enough for the second. I'll have to tidy it up a bit more as I go, but that'll do for now. Now I'm just going to sausage out his body a fraction more. So while that's like that, I can roll that a little bit like that. Just lengthen his body a fraction. Clean out that little crease there. It appear occasionally, get little cracks. Okay, like that. I was going to come back and play games, but I still felt like creating. I was going to get into a bit of Resident Evil, but I thought, you know what? Nope. I'm going to play more create more art and play games tomorrow, maybe. Pick up all my excess bits and I'll blend them all into this piece. No wastage with clay. That's what I love about this clay too. Also return to the organ to its place. Cool. Enjoy your lunch, mate. Thank you so much for the raid again. It's awesome to see you. But yes, pop your organ back in its happy space. And enjoy your lunch. It's wonderful to see you too, Dale. Thank you so much. I'll do another shout out to my mate Roswov. There we go. I've got you on my iPad there. Not my iPad, my Mac. There we go. Did that work? Why did that? Oh, yes, it worked. Awesome. Enjoy, Dale, and I shall see you when I'm looking at you next time. Okay, so I'm actually going to I'll do his legs first. I'll get him sitting upright first. I think that's the plan. So I'll make up his back legs. Make up his little back legs. Like that. I love playing piano, but I'm too scared to play in public. I've got a real thing about it. I've played in little private, like when you do your studies and stuff and your levels. You have to do little concerts. I've done that, but I really admire people who are brave enough to play for people. Alright. Happy to create art in front of people, but not play music. It's bizarre, the phobias you give yourself. Okay, rolling. Now, so these are going to be his two back legs. Alright, and then chop that in half. And that's one little back leg because he's got stocky little legs. Actually, no, I'll make it a bit skinnier. Bit skinnier. Bit skinnier. Get that crease out of it. Where'd that crease go? There you go. And then roll it again. Stick it right at the back. Like that. Roll that leg out a bit skinnier. Like that. Get them about the same length. like that. They're about not quite the same. I might have to add a bit more clay to this one. Add a little bit more clay to make it a bit thicker. Like that. And then roll it into a ball because it makes it pliable. Because this is heat sort of reactive. It reacts to being worked in your hands, this clay. And you can get air dry, but I'm impatient. I can't be bothered waiting for shit to dry. I need it to be dry when I want it dry. So I stick it in the oven for 45 minutes and she's done. Nice and easy. No waiting. I'm very impatient. That's why I do watercolours as well when I paint. So, because I can't be bothered waiting for paint to dry. Very impatient. There we go, that's the right length. So then I stick that one on. Today's like that. Blend it down like that. And then I'll make his little front legs so he doesn't look so strange. I'm going to have to open one of my other blocks of clay. Just about used up this whole block. Got nothing left in my bag. I've got a few bits left in my bag. I better grab those out while I'm at it. Might use up every single skerrick of clay. Waste absolutely nothing. Oops. Pick it all up off the table like that. Just use the clay to pick itself up. Oh gosh, I just piffed that to the wind. There we go. Pick it up. And hopefully I should have enough to make his trunk and his front legs. Alright. So roll that out. Break it in half actually, because I will need enough for 2 front legs. And I'll just make a leg at a time, I think. So I'll roll that. Actually, that might make 2 legs if I'm lucky. If I'm super lucky, that'll make 2 legs. Because if I stretch it out like that, it's about the right width almost. So roll it out like that. If I can get that to 2, that'll make his little front legs. I reckon that's about right. Now I trim that in half like that. Whoops. And then I'll have front leg. He's sitting down just in case you're wondering too. I'll make that a bit skinnier because I can use the shape that I've trimmed off like that. Round up his toes and stuff. Okay, now I can mould that on a bit like that. Just roughly work those on around the edges. I can smooth it all out in a little bit. Just generally get most of it attached around the back edges and stuff. Same with his back legs, because I literally just press those on with my thumbs. And you can see they're not joined very well at all. I've got to be a little bit careful here. Blend that on. Blend that one on. And I can use this, where is it? This tool, the other end of this actually, to blend the underneath where I can't really reach that well. The backs of the joints, whoops-a-days. And blend those in so they join better. Whoops-a-days, maybe not that hard, but anyway. Pressed that a little bit hard, didn't I? But that's okay. The only thing is these tools need to be a fraction, I mean they're handy short because it's easy to get into the little bits, but they're short enough that I keep catching myself in the palm of my hand. It doesn't like cut me or anything, it just sort of stings, it's pressure. Not a pleasant sort of pressure. It's got to smooth that so it doesn't look lumpy. That leg's a bit of a fat leg. I might need to thin that one, take that back leg off and thin it a bit. It's a bit thick. Like that. And then trim it so it's not quite as long. take that much, oh, where's my blade there? Take that much off like that, then pop that back on. That's a bit better. It's not, now it's way too long. That's funny. Oh, okay, there we go, trim that off. Yeah, you watch, it'll be too short now. Oh no, we're good, we're good. Just had to thin that one out a bit. It was a bit thick looking. Right, so come down and around, blend that in. And then, where's my other tool? On the other end. Silly duffer. And blend that in. Down here. Down and around. Like that. And on the bottom. My dogs are trying to get in. I've had to put them in the lounge room because they whinge at me. They want to be all but want to be on my lap at once. They do. There we go. Got to blend that a bit more. And this is very malleable. Once it's oven baked, you can see how firm it is. It's got a little bit of flexibility in it, teeny little bit, but so it's not brittle by any means when you finished it. When it's dry oven baked, they're quite tough actually. So now, but they're very flexible when you're making them. Alright, so that's his little front legs, his little back legs. Now I've got to do the trunk. I think I'm going to have enough to do. I'm going to have enough to finish him. That's pretty cool. Alright, so make his little trunk, get a bit more clay. And I'm going to have his little head up a bit more narrow like that. I'm going to have his little head up in the air. Like that. And this is going to be his trunk. So I'll roll that out. I want it long enough that I can, so that's not good. I'll roll that back into itself. Strengthen it. Roll back into a ball. Start again. Get it all into a nice firm ball. Like that. Because yeah, there's part one to this stream I did this morning, but I wanted to come back and finish off because I had to hang out with my children because they popped over to say how do you do. So I hung out with them for a while, but then I thought, nope, keep going. Make some more sculptures. Alright. That's better. See, now his little trunk doesn't have any creases in it. Thicker at the top, thinner at the bottom. There we go. There's his trunk. That's funny. Sorry. I amuse myself. I'm easily amused. What can I say? I'm very easily amused. Oh, goodness gracious. Allah, elephant. It's like in the art community there's this meme and it's an owl and it's how to draw an owl and there's like these 3 circles and then there's this perfect picture of an owl and it's like, yeah, really? There we go. Little Mr. Elephant. There's his trunk. I've got to give him his little mouth though. So for his mouth, actually I've got to get his trunk central. A bit more central than that. There we go. It's a bit wonky. Don't want a wonky tongue. Trunk. You know what I mean. And now I'm going to cut his little mouth. So his mouth is going to be there and like that. Like that. There we go. It actually helps a lot being able to draw, to be able to get my mind to see where I need stuff. Drawing has helped me with all of the other stuff that I do. There we go. Little mouth and little trunk. Just got to smooth him all off now. Maybe change the shape of his chin a little. Hang on. My fingers are too big. Got to use the tools. Tools have got to help me. Because my fingers are buffy. Too big. Got sausages for fingers, I do. Alright. tidy up his little feet as well because his shapes of them are not that great. He's a bit cute though. He's making me smile. If your work makes you smile, you know you're doing well. Okay, so now I've got to try and flatten his feet, both of them, make them match, but not have them too hard looking because they have like 4 toes on each foot. There we go. I'll make his ears. Actually, I'll pop his ears on last because his ears are going to be the most fragile. So I've got to get, what have I got? Where's the flat tool? Where's my flat tool? There. Gonna flatten up his feet. What's going on there? That felt strange. So flatten the bottom of his feet like that. I've got to try and make this side a bit smoother. It still feels a bit lumpy, chunky. So smooth that like that. Like that. And blend that all around, just double checking all the little blend spots. Before I do anything, I'm going to put my signature on the bottom because I always forget to put my signature. And that made me see that I haven't melded his legs under there. I've got to smooth out that on his legs. Try and attach the backs of his legs at the front. It's a bit harder under there, but that's fine. We'll just do the best we can. Smooth all that. There we go. And then I'll flatten that right out. I want him to have a flat bottom like that. There we go. And then I'll write my name underneath, or my autograph, my signature, and the year. Like that. There we go. And then I'm going to make his ears. I'm happy with that. I'll do his eyes, actually, and I'm going to do his eyes the same as I did the hippo's eyes. I'm going to do eye, like that, eye, and then I'm going to use my little tool. All these tools come with ends that can do different things. Where did I put that one? Uh-oh. I've lost my other little tool. Where's my little tiny ball tool? Where did it go? I have a little ball tool somewhere. It'll be right under my nose. I'll have sat it somewhere silly. Right under my nose. Where is it? Or did I knock it on the floor? No, not on the floor. Where did it go? Because that's the big one. Or is that? No, that's not the little one. Hang on. Oh, there it is. Found it. Got it. And then stick his pupil. And his pupil. Like that. That's his little eyes done. And then I'm going to make his ears. So rolling out, I can draw his little toes, or I'll make his little toes out of clay. But I'll make his little ears first. So I'll get them about the same size and then flatten them. Like that. Maybe make that one a little bit bigger. Do I want to give him tusks? Probably. I'm a glutton for punishment. Alright. So I'm just smoothing that out. Then flatten it. They're not the same size. I'll get my rolling pin and flatten them. Like that. I can trim them to the same size anyway. I can trim them. I want them about that size, so that's good. That one's about right. Like that. So I'll just trim this one to the same. So I'll cut off the end of this. Don't need that end. And I'll roll it back into a ball, make it nice and round again. Like that. Still too big. Wow. That's alright. I'll trim a bit more off. This clay goes an awfully long way. I've used 2 blocks in the couple of months I've been doing this. And both blocks have made about 12 animals. It goes so far. And I don't use, you can fill them up with steel, what do you call it, steel, yeah, the stuff you use, oven baked stuff, you can fill them up with that, so you're not having to use just pure clay, like solid clay. I like them solid, I don't know why, I just do. I'm just used to it. Okay, that's a bit better. Then flatten it. There we go. That'll do for his little ears. Then stick that on there, like that. Stick that one on there, like that. Whoops, days. They're about the same thickness. I want them to stick out a bit, like that. Oh, so much fun. If you haven't done sculpting, peeps, give it a try. It is so much fun. And you can you could use a teaspoon to, like, this is basically a little tiny spoon, like a salt spoon almost. My grandma used to have a salt spoon. Okay. And that's exactly what this reminds me of, a little salt spoon. So cute, the face. Thank you. It's lots of fun. Oh my gosh. If your artwork makes you giggle, you're doing well. I'm one of those people, I've got to do stuff that makes my soul happy. And even yesterday for Christmas presents, if it made me laugh, I'd have it. Like I bought stuff that made me laugh for the kids. It had to be cute and silly. Life's too short, so I got them cute and silly stuff. My kids are like 30. But yeah, art's the same. It's got to be funny. It's got to be cute. My wildlife art is serious. I'll show you one of my pictures I did yesterday. Where is he? I did this. He's a little. I actually wrecked the picture when I took it off the board. I did this little sugar glider yesterday. So he was an ink drawing. So I'm serious, like realistic with my wildlife art. But with my sculptures, just fun. Just have fun with it. I'm not trying for realism. I'm trying for smiles and easy and fun. There we go. There's his little face and his little. I'm going to do tusks. He's going to have tusks. He needs tusks. I feel like he needs tusks. So I'm going to show you side on. There he is, side on. I'll give him little tusks. I've got to smooth this ear a bit more though. It's looking a bit oogie there. Are they about the same length thickness? Yeah, they're about the same thickness. And they don't have to be perfectly round because nothing in nature's perfect. And I'll make him his little tusks. And then I'll draw on his little feet. Alright. That'll do for his little tusks. He doesn't have to have long tusks. I reckon that's about long enough. Just soften up the edges so that the ends aren't sharp, ends aren't round, aren't square, flat. I'll know what I'm saying one day. And then I'll stick his little tusk on. Like that. That one. And then that one on this side. Whoops-a-days. Drop that all on the floor. Like that. Righto. Now, whoops, carefully, not breaking his ears off. Pop his little tusks on. Like that. Meld them in. tidy up generally, and smooth out any bits that need smoothing. Make that tusk fit a bit better. There we go. Right. Then I'm going to put this bally tool into his mouth and round out his little mouth a little bit. I need to give him a bit more of a defined mouth. My dog has figured out how to jump on the table at the back window. He's looking at me in the window now. Alright. There we go. Get his little ears. Do the little line around the outside. No, I won't. Yeah, I will. A little line around the outside. Just to define the top. Then I'll do just lines in here. Just to give a bit of the creases, because they have lots of creases, elephants. And I'll do them on his little knees as well. Little creases on his knees, on his front and back legs, like that. Because where their little knees join, their legs bend like that. Take that all the way along his little knees, like that. Okay, I've got to draw his little tail too. I have to draw his little tail. I'll do little creases in the tops of his legs, like that. Like that. At his little hips. There we go. Give him a little tail. Stick that out the back. And again, he's going to have a thicker bally bit on the back end. So I'll flatten that. That'll create that tail. Thin out the front, like that. And then trim it to about there. That's it. Then pop his little tail. Oh goodness, he's stuck. There we go. Stick his little tail on. Like that. Flatten that on. Like that. Nope, it's not in the centre, is it? I've stuck his bum on sideways. There we go. Stick it there. That's a bit better. Can't have a sideways tail. You just can't. I've got to smooth everything out now. Like that. Oops. And then tidy up. Pat that down. I'll draw his little lines on. Oh yeah, actually I'll use the knife tool carefully. Like that. There we go. Okay, now I've got to somehow figure out how I'm gonna... I need like a half moon tool to be able to draw his little toes. I haven't got anything that fits that bill. What can I do? What can I use? What can I use? Oh, trying to think of anything. You know what I need? I need like a hole punch to make little toe shapes. I don't have a hole punch though. I'm just looking and thinking what I can use. Oh, can I use the back of that? No, not really. I'll just draw them. That's fine. Or I can use this tool. Because they're sort of... there'll be something, surely. I've got a million things here that I can use to make toes. I could actually do them out of... Actually, you know what I could do? I could just make them out of little balls. I'll just make them out of little balls and stick them on. I'll do that. So I'll make a little sausage like that. And I'll cut that into... I'll flatten it like that. And I'll cut it into 3. And that'll be my little toes. One toe. Smooth. Oops, sausage it out a bit. Again. Around the edges. 2 toes. And whoops, get them together. And sausage it out again. Sausage it out again. Like that. And then whoops, a bit more. 3. 3 toes. There we go. Now, flatten them. Flatten them. They want to stick to my finger. Get off there. Uh-oh. There we go. So where's my tool? Get that tool. Flatten. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. It's 3 toes for 1 foot. See that on there? Whoops, doesn't want to go. 1, 2. Three. That's so cute. That makes me smile. 3. Whoops, doesn't want to do it. Flatten it. Cut that in half. Like that. There we go. There we go. 3 toes on that foot. Whoops. And I'll just flatten those on the bottom. Like that. Then square up the bottom of the foot again. There we go. 3 little toes. And I'll do the same thing again. Roll it out into a sausage. Excuse me. And then just trim them off. Trim off 3 little bits. 1, 2. I could probably even. Whoops, today. Oh, golly gosh. Flinging things everywhere. Bring my tool back over here. Okay. Flatten that. Roll it out again. Flatten it. Then cut it. There's one more toe. Pick that up. 1. And then flatten it again. And I need to trim it. Trim that one. Like that. And then make one more. So that one was almost right and I squished it. That's alright. I'll stick it together. I think I like him. He's very cute. And then flatten it. And I'll trim the bottom off actually. Trim the bottom off like that. And then stick it on there. Whoop, there we go. He's got his 3 toes on both his front feet. Just got to smooth them on a bit better so they stick. There we go. His little front feet. And I can carefully get my flat tool and flatten his feet again. Like that. There we go. Then I've got to make the toes for the back. Exactly the same process. 3 little toes. Back with lunch. Carbon is hanging out near me. This is, of course, because he's my absolute best friend in all the world. Oh, and he's nothing whatsoever to do with the fried fish on my... No, nothing to do with food ever. It's all about the love. I have 2 Jack Russells that are exactly the same. It's always love. It's never food. I know exactly where you're coming from. Exactly. Alrighty. So this is him so far. I've got his little tail on, his little legs. I've just done his toes, his little tusks. And now I'm doing his toenails. I mentioned that he was hanging out while I was playing music. Yes! I grabbed a clip of you. Yes, please! Pop it on! Pop a link. Microphone quality isn't great, but the cat is very happy. You know what? That's all good. Music is so hard to set up. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, hang on. Can I play that on here? Hang on. I've got to get to my other PC. I'll see if I can click on it. And if it lets me play. It's not going to let me play on that one. Hang on. Oh, hang on. I'll have to do it on my other... Hang on. I'll pause it there. And I'll play it. Oops. Hang on. Okay, I've got it on my other thing, but I want to share it. Is it alright if I share it? Of course it is, because you did it on stream. So, I am going to see if I can get that to click onto this one. Why is that? Why? Oh, hang on. Maybe I need to go over here. Just bear with me a second. Technology now, as you know, are not the best friends, me and technology. Twitch, whoops. Not Temu. Twitch. There we go. Then go to me. Go about me. Then go to video, create a dashboard. And then you should pop up. You should pop up in my dashboard. Stream manager. Whoops. Or do I just have to go to Twitch? Hang on. Oh, I've got clay on my mouse. That's not good. Stream manager. Is it going to let me type it in there? Oh, there we go. It's going to work there. Okay. So then I bring it up. Okay. And I turn off my music. Hang on. I go there and I go pause. Pause. I go back to here. And then I go back to here. Turn the sound on. And then I go share left screen. Whoops. Oh, he's a happy cat. Happy kitty. I'm here. I'm just sitting watching the screen. Animals love, like they are so good. He's a happy little kitty. Beautiful playing too. Okay, there we go. Beautiful playing. I just, yeah, love, love, love. Are you self-taught or did you have lessons or? I love that organ. Had it for about 20 years. Wow. Yeah, and that's the thing. They're like your musical instrument becomes part of your family, for sure, for sure. And you get to know all their quirks and their intricacies, and it's really, really special. Mostly self-taught. I had some lessons in music theory, but that's about all. Wow, very good. Yeah, I had lessons years ago. But my teacher, who I absolutely adored, moved to Queensland, so I've never seen her again. And I just couldn't bring myself to go anywhere else. So I've actually got, there's an app. I use it to refresh, but it's really good for refreshing with chords and sequences and stuff. And it was Simply Piano. It's really cool. Well, that had a little Yamaha keyboard that I learned on. It was very basic, but you know what does the job? Was how us children got the basics of music. That's so awesome. See, I played violin when I was young. My brother's a trombonist with the Melbourne Symphs. Was a trombonist with the Melbourne Symphs. He's retired now. But to put him through school, my mum sold our piano. And I always loved piano. But she had to sell the piano to put him through music school. And so my husband for my 30th bought me a piano. I was very lucky. So my husband spoils me. So he bought me a piano and I absolutely adore it. And I play it often. But yes, but it's quirky, a bit like me. As all instruments are. You're going to say you can probably get a second-hand one from somewhere for a reasonable price. Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing. You go to cash converters and you can get a nice electric piano. One of my daughter's friends is a beautiful pianist, and he's doing his music at uni, his doctorate, and he got one from an op shop. Believe it or not, he picked up an electric piano in an op shop that he uses for his practice. So, and he comes over here and uses mine a lot. Like when he's doing exams or stuff, he'll come and play on here. But it's amazing. You just got to know what you're looking for. Just got to know what you're looking for. Okay, there's these little 3 little toes. But like, I'm watching you that day when you were doing the computer composing. Oh my goodness, that blew my mind. That, just because, I've never seen the computer used to help. that absolutely opened my eyes to what's possible, what is possible. Like, the world is just your oyster with music these days. It's amazing. It blew my mind that day. I was like, wow, all this struggling writing music on paper, computers can do so much. That watching you that day absolutely opened my eyes. I should have known that that was a thing, but until I saw you doing it, I'm like, oh my god, wow. It opens up the opportunity of music to so many more people, which is brilliant. But yeah, the composing part, because I'm like, oh my god, I struggle so much writing music. It was one of like the bane of my existence. I can read it, but I struggle to write. But to do it on a computer, it's like, oh my god, why did that never occur to me? But like, you compose, which is a whole other ball game. Whole other ball game. It's a world to itself. That is. Wordsheet music. Hang on. The Worldsheet music program, GNU Lily Pond, actually describes its work as engraving in tribute to the way that the most beautiful music scores were created back in the day. Oh wow! You give it a text file and it generates truly beautiful sheet music. That's insane! That's amazing! That is so amazing. That blows my mind. Speaking of sheet music, I was printing it onto watercolor paper and painting on it and painting on the lines, like painting birds perched on the music and stuff. That was fun. That went well. But because music's so beautiful, like to look at, even to listen to look at. It's just, yeah, music's my happy place. Music and art are my happy place. There we go. I reckon I've got to look at his little ears. The ears can be a bit jaggedy around the edges, so I need to give him little like lines, detail. You can't really see in this light because he's grey. Got to give him little lines around the edges of his ears because their ears are jaggedy around the edges. They're not perfectly smooth. They do have little lines. So I'm just going to use the blade of my X-Acto knife to sort of mark them on. There we go. Okay, I reckon I am done with little Mr. Elephant. I need to give him some lines around his trunk though, because their trunks aren't smooth. So I'm going to carefully use my blade again to mark in lines on his little trunk. Like that. Then go around the other side. Mark them in. They don't go all the way around. They probably do, but I'm not doing them all the way around. Because that's... Oh, I'm poking a hole in his head. I've got to update that actually, because I've started up a Blue Sky instead of Twitter. I don't like Twitter. So I've joined Blue Sky and I do my art on there as well now, which is really wonderful. So I've got to update my socials. Okay, that's his little trunk. It's marked in. Like that. Got to take it around a bit more. These X-Acto knives are so handy. I get all my stuff out of these, like the you get the monthly boxes. So I got a monthly box and this was in it and it's so handy. So now I'm gonna separate his little tonguey bit. Whoops, his nose, not his tongue. My goodness, because their little noses are like two pieces. Just got to careful, and then join it. Nope, that's not going to work. So I'm going to use my blade. Cut it, and then separate it. Then smooth the edges. Separate it again, Smooth the edges. Oops, that didn't work, did it? Nobody likes Twitter. I created Blue Sky, but I don't use any social media. Okay, yeah, I use Twitter for art, but it's just so many things I see are nasty, and life's too short. And Blue Sky seems really lovely, and I've just been posting my art videos and time lapses and photographs over there of art. I don't post anything else. It's just purely art. But and I just did that on Twitter too. But you still, they force feed you on Twitter the bad stuff, and I'm not interested at all. I started to get stuff in my stream that I'm like in my feed that I'm like, no, I don't want to look at that. Why are you showing me? So I turned it off. I've got to get rid of it. Actually, I've got to delete it completely. I told everyone on Twitter that I was getting out of it. All my followers. I had like 500 over there. So I said, right, 2 or 3 days, I'm turning it off. I said, I'm on Blue Sky, gave them the address, so if they want to come over there, awesome, and I'll be turning it off in the next day or so. Now, what am I going to do with his eye? I'm sort of happy with his eyes. What do you think? Roz, can you see his eyes? I need to do more. Do I need to do more? Maybe I don't need to do more. Maybe he needs little eyebrows. I'll do that. I'll give him little eyebrows. He's so cute. I might keep him. I'm not supposed to keep my own stuff. I'm supposed to sell it, but I get attached. I'm not a great expert on elephants' eyes, but they look fine. Okay, cool. I'll tell you what, Roz, if you go to Melbourne Zoo or you go to any zoo and you get a chance to be up close with an elephant, they have got the most soulful, beautiful, thoughtful eyes. And they're gold. They're golden. And when they look at you, they look through your soul. They just are the most amazing, just thoughtful. You can see the intelligence, you know. I'm not going to capture that in clay, but you can see the intelligence. They're just stunning. I'm going to give him eyebrows, because why not? I'll just flatten them on, just to give it a bit of something around the edges. He just needs a bit more definition, I think. I went to Melbourne Zoo a few years ago, and my husband, I was sitting there drawing actually, but they were trimming the feet, and I got chatting to the handlers because they trim their toenails every few weeks. And I got chatting with the handlers, so they let me up, not in with them obviously, but up close to watch how they trimmed them, and I got to look at them up close, and it was so magical to see their eyes and see their feet and how they train them, and it was pretty cool. And I sat with the cassowary for about an hour because I love the cassowary there. He's a funny dude. He's a very quirky cassowary. I sat there and drew him for a while. I sat and drew the elephants. I've got to go back. I haven't been for ages. I've got to get another membership. I had a membership. Makes life a lot easier. And then I just wander in and out as often as I want. Just got to bring that shape around his eye a bit more. Like that. And then I'll do do I need the bottom? Yeah, I do. I need to do little lids on the bottom as well. So I'll roll that out, trim it, pick it up on my thing, and then round his, ooh, go in there. There we go, that's a bit better. Just gives them a little bit more definition. Just itty bitty bit. Oh, my music stopped. I turned my music off. Hang on, I've got to turn that back on again. Go back to my epidemic sound. Let's go. Is that going to work? There we go. It's very faint in the background, but it's nice. And then pop this on here. Whoops, today's. Whoops. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. Oh! His eyelid's flying away on me. There we go. Goodness, come on. Then, oh, doesn't want to let me pick it up. Hang on, roll it again, freshen it up. There we go. That's better. Stick one end down first, and then work my way around. That's better. It's a real technique. I'm still learning the techniques of this because I'm very new to clay sculpting. Anyway, I mean, I grew up. My mum was a potter and an artist. So I always had sort of clay accessible, but I just never wanted it. Could never be bothered when I was a kid. I drew with it. I used it as chalk, which was ridiculous. I didn't use it for what it was meant for, but I used it as chalk and drew on our footpath. All right, so that's better. That's a bit better. Now I'll flatten that out a bit more on this side, like that. Like that. And then get the big bally again, like that. Like that. And then redefine his pupils. Where's my pupil tool? Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Keep losing all my things. And then put his pupils back in. Bit neater. Like that. There we go. I reckon he's done. I've only got that much clay left. I'm going to make another otter with that much clay. I'll make this a little otter, I think. I'm going to use up all of my clay. This is the last little bit of this clay. So I'll sit my elephant, pick him up, sit him over here, like that. Make sure I'll sit him over this side so you can still see him over there, like that. Oh, almost. I'll move my other little otter. There we go. There's all my animals in the screen now. And I'll make another little otter. It's not a bad couple of hours work. I've got an elephant, an otter, a baby otter. And I'm just going to make another otter with the last little remnants of my clay. Because why not? And then there's none left until I open a new pack, which I will do tomorrow. Not today. But I'm going to have to try and make him out of this one, mould him out of this one bit somehow. So, he's going to be little. He's going to be a small otter. Here's his little head. And then I'm going to pinch out his little feet with my tweezers. Like that. Oh no, that didn't work at all. Use my fingers. There we go. Goodness gracious. My fingers are giant. Oops. Okay. Looks like a complete mess at the second, but we'll get there. I promise. There we go. Flatten him out. And then put his little legs to the middle like that. There we go. Goodness gracious. Okay. So this is just a super simple little what's left of the clay otter. Have to flatten his little tummy a bit. Like that. Make him a bit longer. Like that. There we go. Where there's a will, there's a way. God, it's hot. I'll have to jump in the pool after, I think. Might have to jump in the pool. Just going to flatten his little legs. What have I done there? I've made that look really yicky. Smooth it out a bit. Got to separate his little feet. I've got to sausage up these front legs a bit, make them a little bit less sort of oval. So make them more sausage shaped like that. Oh, I missed that one up. Anyway, that's fine. Smooth it. Press it. Talking to myself the whole time. Okay, that's that. Smooth his legs. Not completely smooth. Then I'm going to cut a little line in the middle to separate his little legs like that. So his little feet are meet in the middle, sort of at the front, at the top, like that. Then mould the shape a bit more. Make him a bit skinnier, like that. I've got that leg too short now. I've got to shape that a bit better. Join those bits together. Blend that out. I might even see if I can do that. Yep, there we go, that's better. Hope that side's still thicker. Blend it. Make his tail a bit longer. Like that. Okay. Oh gosh, how am I going to do his nose and his ear? Oh! He just flew around like a little rocket. I can't pull his little ears out. Actually, I've got a little bit here. I just found a little bit I can utilise. Whoops, I shouldn't have done that. But anyway, I'm just going to squish his head up a bit. Make it a little bit flatter. Hang on. Come on, head, flatten. There we go. Flatten his little head. Smooth it out again. My dog's looking at me in the window. I have to put them out because they cry and whimper and bark and carry on because they want all the attention. Because I've got 3 Jack Russells in the house at the moment, and all of them think they're the most special of the bunch. Alright. Wanted to run away, did it? Yes! It was the very rare flying type. It was a very rare flying type, and he flew across the room. Yes. So that's going to be one ear. Ooh! Oh, how on earth am I going to stick these on? Oh my goodness. See, this is what happens. I always do this to myself. I make all these things really little, and then I'm like, oh my god, how do I attach stuff? Make my life a little bit difficult. Okay, that's going to be his nose. Bear, he's being a very sooky la-la. Stick his little nose on. Eh. There we go, that's stuck. There's his little nose. And then I'll draw his little mouth. Get my pointy tool. Like that. And then smooth around it. Ooh, not that one. That one. Smooth around. Give him a little smiley face. You know what I've got to do? I've got to define his little neck a bit more. He's just a head and a body. Yeah, there we go. Give him a little bit of definition around his face. There we go. There we go. Ta-da! Okay, now his little eyes. Goodness gracious, this is fun. This is so much fun. I'm just going to draw around his little nose to help to define it a little bit, whilst cutting off a little bit of it, which was smart, wasn't it? And then I'll just press it down again, then draw a bit more about the edges, try and get it neater. Trying. Oh my god, that made a mess of that. Let's just not do that. Let's just do that again, shall we? I need an undo button for clay. The clay needs an undo button. Okay, draw his little nose. Like that. Oh, no. Goodness, what a mess I'm making. Let's just smooth him out again. Have I got any remnants of clay anywhere? Because I don't really want to open a new block just yet. How am I going to do his... Oh, I've got an... Hang on, that's a nose. That'll do. Little tiny bit. Oh, no, I've got nothing for ears. Oh, I'm a nong. Hang on. Stick his little nose on. There we go. He's got a nose. He might not have ears, but he's got a nose. Oops. And place it flat. Smooth it. Roll it back a bit. Like that. There we go. Oh my god, I nearly stabbed myself. My doodah went flying. Everything's flying. Everything's flying today. Do his little mouth. Draw his little mouth. Like that. And then like that. How on earth am I going to make his ears? Stick his little eyes in. One that side. One that side. Oops, it's a bit high. There we go. I just need to make his ears. There's got to be a scrap somewhere. There has to be. Did I drop any? I did. Ha ha! I found some. I can make his ears. I dropped it. It's got dog hair in it. That's not good. Okay. I'll pull the dog hair out of it because my dogs are under my desk. Alright. Added texture. What can I say? Added texture to my little mates. Okay. I drew his ears. Lucky I've got floorboards, hey? I couldn't have done that if I didn't have floorboards. I'd have very ruined carpet right now. So, I'm going to flatten that and then trim it into two. Like that. And then give him his little ears. That's probably too much ear. That's probably too big. I'll make that smaller and squish it. And squish it. Oops. There it is. Let's flatten it like that. There we go. Then I'll make that. That's still too big. I might be right. Whoops. Okay. Oh, goodness. I've got to pick him up. Stick his ears on. There we go. Ooh. Very carefully. Very carefully. Stick his ear on. It's one ear. Now for the other one. Whoops, days. Made a mess of that, didn't I? Anyway, stick that on. Oh, missed completely. Gee willy, because stick him there. Stick him back there and make another ear. Fiddly diddly, this is. Fiddly diddly. There we go. Pick it up. It's like wafer thin. Wafer thin. Stick that on there. Ooh. Like that. Nope, doesn't want to. There we go. Golly gosh, it's hard. There we go, get on there. Got it. And then blend it down. Stick his ears on. Make them stick. Their ears are actually on the sides of their heads. I've got that too. Oh, I can actually move them around a fraction. Just gently moulding them with my tool. Whoops. I moulded it all the way off his head. Okay, try again, shall we? Reshape it. Then pick it up. Stick it on again. Woo! Doesn't want to do it. Like that. Oh my word. Get on there. There we go. And then I'll stick it on the back. The back's easier to work with. There we go. Now, be a bit careful. I've got to draw his little whiskers. Oh, no. I'm a nong. Use my blade. I should have used my blade for that. Anyway, I'll just soften that again. Smooth it out. Blade's much better for that sort of thing. Then 1 whisker, 2 whiskers, give me little whiskers like that. There we go. Now flatten his nose again. Or I can actually give him, now I've found all these bits of clay, I can squish it. I'll give him another nose, give him a better nose. Let's do that. And I can make a baby one again. Another little baby otter. Oh my god, it's never going to end. So once I start, I'm hopelessly addicted. Oh, there we go. Look at that. We've got him. He's got his little nose now. That worked. Like that. Okay, and then I'm going to do another baby otter. Goodness gracious. I'll draw his little feet. His little toes. He's got little fingers. There we go. There we go. He's got his little toes. And I'll make a baby otter. Okay. Oh, I'm a glutton for punishment. Okay. So then I'll lay his little baby. Oh, no, I'm not going to be able to, am I? Or I can do him on the middle. So I'll make him a little tail. Little squiggly tail. Like that. And then stick him in the middle. Like that. Smooth it out. Like that. Then I'll give him little arms. I am such a glutton for punishment here. I want to use every little last bit of this clay. Oh, goodness. There we go. It's one little leg. Get on there, little leg. Goodness. Get on there. One little leg. Like that. 2 little legs. Whoops, it is. No, that didn't work. Smooth that out again. Like that. And then pick that bit up, that little leg up. Stick it on. I've got to roll that again. Like that. I can turn that into 2 little legs. Goodness. Roll it together. Didn't want to do it. Didn't want to separate then. Goodness. Whoops. And I'm going to do his little eyes. Like that. His little mouth. I'll do his tiny little nose. Hang on. I'll roll a teeny tiny little ball for his nose. I'll stick that on. Like that. And then flatten it. He's got his little nose. Do his little mouth. Whoop. Nope, that didn't work. Too little. Way too little. Smooth around there. Like that. Then get my this tool. No, you're not going to see his mouth, I don't think. I'll just give him his little feet. I'll do his little feet. Just bear with me a second. How do I block? Block. Block. Okay, that one's blocked. Alright. He actually looks like a seal. Probably his little tail to the side. No, that didn't work. Smooth it. What happened there? What did I do there? Oh, that's his leg. Oops. There you go. Stick his little leg on. Like that. Another little leg. Like that. And then another little legs. Do both his little legs. I've got to do his little ears too. How the heavens am I going to do his ears? I can stick them actually. I can stick them onto the dad or the mum or whatever it is. The adult. And then I'll stick his little leg on there. One little leg. And then roll it up in two little legs. I just realised this is Auld Lang Syne, this song. Whoops, his leg fell off. Squish that on again. There we go. I've got to give him his little ears. The adult's got the ears, but the bubba hasn't got the ears yet. I'm just going to cut little toes back in. Like that, there we go. I sort of straighten them out so they weren't there anymore. And then I'm going to give him little ears. And I can stick them on pretty much. I'll flatten that out. Make two ears out of it. Got a dog hair on my palette here, get that off. Roll the little ball again. And flatten it. And flatten. Then cut it into two. And then carefully, actually, is that too big? It's too big. So I'll roll that into a ball and cut that into two. Like that. Then flatten it like that. Then cut that into two. And that'll become the ears for the little dude. So roll that into a ball. You can see how tiny it is. It's fruit and like itty bitty bitty. There we go. One ear and two ears. Oops, I've got to carefully get that off onto my pin. Like that. And stick that on there. Like that. It's one ear. And two ears. Oh, that one didn't work. Uh-oh. That's right, I'll smooth it on. It's fine. I'll make another little ear. That one completely disappeared into his head. Smush it. And then stick it on like that. It's a bit big. So I can adjust it into his little head a bit and redo his little eye as well. Because I've just smushed his eye. Now where's my dot one? There. His little eye back. There we go. We've got another Mama and Bubba Otter out of leftover clay. That was fun. And now I've got to stick them all in the oven. I've got to paint. Oh, geez, I messed his ear up again. There we go. Got to lift his ears up a little bit. That's better. Whoops. Just a little. Smooth it on there. tidy up. I've got to do little proper little dots for his eyes in there. Like that. You can't see his little mouth, but it's there. Right. Okay, he's done. So now I am going to call that. How long have I been doing? That's taken me 2 hours to finish the hippo and make my elephant and my little second otter and baby otter. So I've got to fire them now. I've got to paint my son-in-law's otter. Paint him. Get him done. So thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you for the raid, Roz. It has been absolutely awesome spending the day with you all. We are going to find someone to raid now. Let's see who we've got on. I've got to pop over here onto my other doodah, onto my other computer. I've got a little laptop here. It was good getting a chance to catch up. It was wonderful to catch up with you too, Dale. Oh, I've got a few. There's no... I've got one artist on. One artist. What's Shamir doing? I'm just going to have a quick look. See what... Okay, we're not doing that. We're going to go... have you got any suggestions? Thank you, Midmew. Thank you. It's been wonderful to have you here, Del. Wonderful to spend time. Any suggestions? Yes, I would love a suggestion because I really don't have any other artists on. There's one, but they're not doing art. So I shall trust your judgment, Mr. Ross. So you give me a name and I shall go and raid them. Okay, do you have mirror mask arts? No! Wow! Okay, we're about to go. If they're on now, let's do that. Wow, awesome. Yep, gonna love it. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so, / thank you, Roz, / rate, mirror, mask, arts. Let's go. Thank you. Have an awesome, awesome day, and I will see you over there. Thank you for the recommendation. We'll all be over there. I'm just going to pop her up on my big screen so I can follow over there, make sure that it's coming up. Go back. Hang on. Please come up. Twitch. We'll go Twitch. And then mirror. I've got to find it. Mirror. Why did it not do it? Mirror. Hang on. I'll be back. Hang on. Mirror, mask. I don't know what I did it on the thing, but I pressed the wrong button on my TV and lost it. Hang on. Mirror. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. And stream. Did it work? Hang on. Uh-oh. Have I lost it? Hang on just a second. Did it work? Oh, raid. Okay, we're going now. I pressed the wrong button. Did it go?